Okay, I'm gonna hit record. It's just gonna be casual since it's, the two of you on, and maybe Melissa will pop on. I see her commenting. Hang on, what's she saying? Hold on. This is getting recorded. Oh, she'll be on in a few. Okay. Well, Melissa, you'll see this, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so like I said, I just, you can feel free to ask stuff. I know we kind of did Q&A in the other group too, but being that we're like, we're in this Coach Basics group, and it's really diving into the, basic stuff of what you got to do in the business. And I know that you had mentioned, like, I was going to say, like, talk about something when you come across people that get connected with a coach who are already connected with a coach. I've come across this a lot. So I'm just going to kind of speak to all of you guys. If you start a conversation with somebody and, this happens so much. It's like how many times that I've run into this where someone's linked with a coach and maybe they already know that, but then they want to work with you, or what have you. And they're like, okay, well, I want to be a part of, your group, but, and then I'll order from you. And like your situation where she said she was going to order and then it ended up going through whoever she was assigned to already. Mm-hmm. But in that case, usually like the first thing I do is, I kind of, with all the questions that I ask, I kind of get to the bottom of it first. Like I'll find out if they've done Beachbody anything before, if they have, and if I have any kind of sniff that they've done a program or they like Shakeology, then I'll ask them, I say, have you been working with a coach, or are you connected with a coach in any way? And then I just ask them, and they'll either say, oh, I bought programs from so-and-so, and then I'll say, oh, okay, well, have you ever done a challenge group or anything? And I get into questions like that, and if they've done a challenge group, then it's clear to me that they've been working with this coach. So I'll say, well, usually in this instance, like I would love to be here and just kind of support you along the way as well. But being that you're connected with a coach, I don't want to step on anyone's toes, and I encourage you to ask your coach if they've got a group going. And if they're not getting that support, then, then I start questioning them. I'm like, do you need more support? Are you looking for that? I'd be happy to help you, but, I leave that ball in their court with what they want to do. And sometimes they just say like, I want to be with you, and there's nothing you can do. I've had people do that to my people, like my upline, that instance has happened. And it's a really hard situation, but we have open conversations when it comes to that. But, when the like your situation, it was like, she kind of, I don't know, she kind of surprised you there.
Yeah. She almost kind of used me, because, I'd even asked her, too. I said, like, oh, have you ever done any of it like this before? Like, and she even brought it up to me. She's like, oh, hit me up. I really need to lose some weight for my wedding. And I was like, yeah, great. And I asked her a bunch of those questions, and she's like, oh, no, I don't have anything. And so I talked her into that one. And then I was like, so your order's not coming through? And she said, oh, I ordered it from someone else because they asked me first. It's like, seriously? Come on.
How did you reply to her then?
I just said, oh, I was just wondering, just checking because I couldn't see it or something. And she said, yeah, sorry. And that was the end of it.
In that case, I would tell her, okay, well, I guess this is where I'm at in my business, but for future, something that you might want to consider, just saying, okay, well, being that you have placed an order with, or you've been working with them, I usually leave spots open in my challenge group for my clients and my customers. So to be in my group, you would have to purchase from me as your coach, and me be assigned to you as your coach. And that way you can just draw the line there,
Yeah.
but, and then just say, I would be happy just to, throw any tips your way if you need it. But, that's usually.
And that's what like, if she ever asked to be in one of my groups, like when I was requiring them to buy Shakeology or buy a challenge pack, then she would be the last one on the list because she's already working with another coach.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And and you run into situations like that, and you just kind of roll with it as it comes, but yeah, that's just one situation that I thought I would, throw out there. Melissa, you're on there, right? I think I see a square.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't think my picture's showing up, so
Okay,
I don't know why.
That's cool. I just wanted to make sure you're there. I'm trying to scroll back and see. You had posted a question. Now I'm trying to find out where it was.
Actually, I had 2 questions.
Okay.
I feel, like I said in my post, I feel like I'm the kid at school that has no clue what's going on in class.
You know, that is normal though, you guys. This is the perfect opportunity for you to ask as many questions as you possibly can, because it's going to take you time to get this stuff down. So I felt that way too for like the first 2 years. So it's normal. But don't ever hesitate to ask me questions, anybody in our group questions. Like I saw you post in the Coach Success group. That's another great place to ask questions.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, don't ever hesitate. So what were the questions that you had? Sorry, I have an itch.
That fierce, no, with that challenge group that you're putting out there, that 21-day test group.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have somebody that wants to do the challenge group, do I direct them over there, or how? I'm confused.
Okay, well that, I was going to say that is open. Like I'm opening that if any of my coaches, like if say you aren't ready, if you don't feel like jumping in and doing your own group yet, or running it, you can do it with me. Like we
Okay.
can get together on it, and your customers will buy the programs and stuff from you. You have that conversation with them, you know, use that script, excuse me, that I posted in the team page, and kind of talk to them. And then Monday, that the direct links to the 21-day fix extreme or whatever will be released, so you can send those links to your customers with your coach ID on it.
Okay.
So they order from you, then they can go ahead and jump in the group with us.
Okay.
So
because I don't know if I'll actually have enough. I got a couple people that are interested, but 2, honestly, I don't think they're going to be able to do it because I know they have some financial issues. The one I'm kind of hoping for, but I don't know about the 2.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, just get them hooked up and then just say, I'm doing a group with my coach, and, you know, you're welcome to join us. And this is, you know, and then you can direct them to that. Or, you know, when the time comes, we'll just add them to the group.
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense. To help.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Was there another question you said you had?
Well, about that Shakeology sampling, because I ordered that pack of samples.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And now I don't really know what I should do with them once they come. And I know when I kind of got hooked up with you, I ordered the sample pack online, and then you gave me a free one. And I'm kind of thinking I might go that route. Yeah.
What you can do is you can test the waters and run a 5-day clean eating group, like how I've done, or do like a 5-day Shakeology group, you know, Shakeology/clean eating group. So that way, you know, you can either sell the packets in a bundle of 5, or another thing I encourage people to do is to buy the sampler. And then if they bought the sampler and joined the group, I gave them one for free to round out the 5 days. You could do anything like that, or, you know, put a bundle of 7. You can ask them if they want 5 or 7. You could run just like a clean eating group and do it that way. And when I put them together and I charge for them, it's like I do them $5 a sample. So I usually don't sell just a single sample.
Okay, so if they wanted 3 samples, you're charging them $15.
Yes. And if I have to ship them, then I just tack on some shipping. And I always, if it's out of town, I do a PayPal. I set up a PayPal payment for them.
Okay.
Or have them send me PayPal money or whatever.
All right.
Does that help?
Yes, it does.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Is there anything that you guys off the top of your head that you maybe have? I know I have a few things I might just spiel off here, but any other things that you guys might be stuck on or that we've covered in the group? I know you probably come up with something in the meantime, but I guess I'll just kind of touch on, you know, just the simple stuff that we've been doing. You know, the basics of this business. It's really, there's no secret. I like go to think about all these successful coaches and how they're successful, and I try to put myself back in your shoes, thinking about these people that are making the 6 figures and being like, that can never be me. Like, how am I going to get to that point? I'm here and I'm like scrapping. You know, I feel like I'm just spinning wheels and I'm not getting a whole lot of places, and I'm not sure what I'm doing. You know, I want to reassure you that we all were in those shoes at one point. I was in those shoes. There's gonna be so many times where you're gonna feel frustrated and you know, those frustrations. And this is where the personal development, why I encourage you guys to pick up that book, and even to, you know, seek out stuff on YouTube for additional personal development. But that's what's going to hold you together and keep you in this, you know, and keep you from letting these feelings like I'm a failure, I can't do this, to come setting in. Because Lord knows, like, I'll tell you, like, my first 6 months of the business, I think it took me over a month or two months before I made my first paycheck. And my first paycheck was $19.44. So it took a while, you know, and this all plays into, you know, all these things I'm having you report in on every day, like doing the business activity tracker and tracking that business every day is over time what is going to bring you success. You're not going to see it overnight. You may not see it for, you know, 4 months before you're going to get, you know, a lot of people coming to you and messaging you or having some kind of response to the people that you've been speaking with, because they want to see consistency from you. They want to see that you know, you're talking that you're the Beachbody coach and you're doing this thing now. They want to see that you are serious about it. And the way that we can show that is through social media, you know. So that's why when they talk about, you know, being on Facebook, posting 3 to 5 times a day, that is so, so important, because that is what is going to build your relationship with people, whether or not they're commenting or anything on your page. But you have to be consistent to that, because, you know, not only is that going to build up your affinity with Facebook, like they have all this language with, you know, what you need to do on Facebook to be seen more. And that's being consistent, like post with your postings, so that Facebook knows that you're a legit person and, you know, people want to see your stuff. So then it'll put it in their newsfeed more. And the more you share that's positive and share about your journey, you know, the more people are going to take notice and make it about everything, not just Beachbody. Like I said, not salesy stuff. You know, just sprinkle in all kinds of stuff about your life, recipes, anything that's going to add value to people's life, because they're going to turn to you as that page that they want to see every day, that's going to bring some kind of positivity in their life. So make sure that, I mean, that is like your, last year's top coach, Lindsay Matway, said it's like your reality TV show. You know, your Facebook page is your reality TV show. So, you know, make it you. You know, brand yourself, make it about you, what you're interested in. Like we talked about, like making a list of like 5 to 10 things that you're interested in or that you feel like you're an expert in. And, you know, make your posts about that. And people are going to get drawn in and be like expecting that kind of stuff from you. But even, like I said, even if you're posting and you're not getting any kind of replies from people, don't let that discourage you. Like you can sit there and build the best posts in the world and feel like, oh, this was so great. And I just did this awesome announcement for my challenge group. And then you get crickets. It's happened to me. And it you know, it's like this deflating feeling, but you know, maybe it was the wrong time of day. Maybe you didn't get a lot of engagement on it right away. It doesn't mean anybody isn't liking on your stuff. It may mean that they didn't see it. But the more, like, there's that consistency word again. Just be consistent with that. And that's what over time is going to, you know, develop things. You know, just make sure that you're, you know, shooting for some kind of a goal every month. You know, I always am going to say, make Success Club 5 your no matter what goal. That should be something that if you're shooting to grow this as a business, and after reading all of your whys, I can see like wheels turning now. I mean, it's not just some of the, you know, face value stuff you put before. You guys are really starting to think of what is possible, you know, and when you're consistent doing these little silly things that it seems like every day, that is what is going to put you higher up in this business. That's what's going to get you places. That's what's going to put you like where I am in my shoes, where I'm almost at a full-time income. You know, it may seem like, okay, $19.44 4 years ago, what I have thought would turn into $50,000, $60,000 a year. You know what I mean? And beyond. My goal is $100,000 this year, and I'm going to hit it because I'm driven and I'm motivated and I know what it takes, you know. And 4 years ago, did I have that attitude right away? No. But, you know, the more I realized how much my why mattered, you know, how much I want to retire from my job and I want more time with my family. And I want to retire my husband from the police force because I don't want him out in danger. I want to adopt like 10 more babies, you know. How can I do that on my income right now? It's, you know, it's hard. So that's why I'm like, I need to shoot for the stars. And, you know, like I sit there and like a post I put out there tonight, it's like I do things no matter what, like no matter what it takes. I sacrifice sleep. I go above and beyond what I'm supposed to do every day. You know, like we say, try to add 2 to 3 or 3 to 5 people a day. If you're hungry for this, you're going to want to shoot for 20 people a day. You know, you want to amp it up for whatever your goal is and how driven you are. And, you know, it takes a little bit of sacrifice for getting some of these goals that you want to shoot for. But it's so possible, you know, and the more you guys learn of everything that it's going to take, you're going to just start moving and grooving with it. Things just kind of click. You start getting these little aha moments and they just kind of carry you and just, you're like, oh, you get a fire. And then you dig deeper. You go into YouTubes, you start following coaches like me. I'm like a coach stalker when it comes to like the top 10 coaches. And that's what I encourage you to do too, is pay attention to, like, if you're listening to the national wake up calls, pay attention to some of these names of the coaches. And I want you guys to search for them on Facebook, search for them on YouTube, and listen to what they're doing. Like I am a huge follower of Melanie Mitchell right now. She's the top coach. I follow her. I stalk her blog. I listen to her YouTubes because she's doing something. They say success leaves clues. So what she's doing is obviously working. So I want to figure out how to kind of incorporate things that she's doing and make it mine. You know what I mean? So get inspiration from coaches like that too. That's like one of the biggest things I think where my success came from is digging, and just anything that I wanted to learn about, I would seek out other coaches, and I would message them. I would be like, what are you doing? You know, I may seem like the weirdo, but you know, it's going to help me understand better how to be a better leader, how to train my coaches better, how to just, you know, overall be, you know, better at this business. And that's kind of like one of my biggest secrets, I guess, to my success is just having that self-motivation to just run and find information wherever I can. But yeah, like I said, know that every little thing that you guys are doing, even the you know, if you're having a bad day, not being able to reach out to somebody or not connecting with somebody, you know, just step it up the next day. You know, it's not the end of the world. Or if you run out of time one day to do something, you know, find time later on in the week where you can make up for it. But those power hours are so huge. And talking to as many people as you can, just building relationships, it's over time going to add up, because that's just more eyes on your Facebook page. That's more people that you can help save their life, pretty much. I mean, there's so much that we have, so much power that we have in what we do to make a difference in people's lives. I mean, it's not just the fitness, you know, it's this opportunity. Like we were just kind of talking before, you and Melanie were talking before you guys got on the phone. It's the relationships. Like I would never have met some of you amazing women had it not been for this opportunity. I would be that stay-at-home mom who was kind of a hermit in a new town and not know anybody. But being surrounded by so many positive people has made my life so much better. You know, I'm constantly I just feel like so much love around me, because there's, just so many great people that are involved in this, and everybody's got such a heart for what they're doing and a passion for what they're doing. They want to change people's lives. They want to help each other. They want, they want to reach big goals in their life. And just, it's cool that this is what we do. I mean, basically, it's like we're on Facebook for a living, you guys. That's how I feel. It's because 99% of what I do is through this little computer. And I can't believe that it's just like pinch me. And I want you guys just to know that, there's struggles, but you push. You just go for what you want, and you're going to get it. Just everything that you're being taught in this group is, going to help you. It's the foundation of what a coach is. So when you leave this group, these are the basic things. And then it's up to you to take this stuff and apply it and, to learn it, to master it. And then as you're growing a team, to pass this kind of stuff on to them, And if you're just not sure about stuff, they always say, fake it till you make it. Even if you don't feel like you're good at inviting, you're going to fail. Like, I encourage you guys to go out there and fail. If you haven't failed yet, you haven't tried. You have to be out there failing as much, inviting people like crazy, as many people as you feel comfortable with. And if they say no, be like, all right, I'm welcoming it, bring it, I'm going on to the next person. If you do it wrong, your invite is wrong and people get turned off, you're like, okay, what do I need to do to fix that? I used to feel like failure was such a negative thing, but I've learned that if I'm not failing and I'm not messing up, how am I going to learn and better myself? So I have gone through so many situations where I was just like, oh, hang my head. I have this one conversation with a girl in mind when I was a newer coach, and I didn't know what I was doing. And she was just asking for simple advice. And I was telling her, don't do this, don't do that. You need to do this, you need to do that, and then I went back and I read that conversation. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do damage control. Like, I had to go back and say, you know what? I had no idea what I was talking about then. I hope you still like me because I didn't know what I was doing. And can I start over with this? Is there anything that I can help you with? Do you have any questions that maybe I can answer in a different way? So that was just an instance that I just failed and I felt stupid and I got over it. And I'm like, okay, I'll never do that again. And this is how I'm going to do it better. So be not afraid to fail. Go out and fail. I tell you, go out and fail today, go out and fail tomorrow. Tell me about things that you've done wrong and what you're going to do to change them. So that's just one key thing that I've learned. There's a book called Go for No too. That's really a good one. And that talks about, welcoming no's from people, because you'll hear a lot of no's. You'll probably hear 10 no's before you get one yes from somebody when it comes to joining your team, joining a challenge group, joining a free group even. People are going to tell you no up the yin-yang, but you just got to that's no right now. You got to look at it as it's a no right now, and they'll come around and jot their name in a file or whatever, however you're documenting stuff. Open up a Google form, open up something to track the names that you're talking to. That's another huge thing. It's like you've got your business activity tracker, but you need to have a place where you are writing down every name of every person that you're talking to. Like, you have your big list of 100 names, but I want you guys to make sure that you have somewhere that you're keeping track of these conversations and when you talk to them. My favorite, like I've said before, my favorite place is asana.com. And it's been hugely awesome for me to track. And it's got a calendar and it gives me notifications when I need to follow up with people. Or I just go in there tomorrow, I'll go and see the list of people I need to talk to today. I make a note what I talk to them, what I need to talk to them about. And it's really slick. I never used anything like that before. I was pen and paper, and then I was getting lost because I had so many notes everywhere and I couldn't keep track. So that was a huge help for me once I figured that out. And again, I went to YouTube. Another coach was showing how to track your business through Asana. So that was that was a help for me too, because it was something I needed to learn and YouTube taught me. So again, with encouraging that. What else did I want to kind of touch on? Events. I know that it's not going to come up until April and then the summer, but making sure that you're looking at the events that are coming up with the business. Super Saturdays are so huge to get to. And, you know, like I said, I want to try and do one here in Bismarck if I can get enough people to come. And I know that we're getting closer to growing more people on our team here in Bismarck, but we've been traveling to Fargo as a group to those events because they always have one in Fargo. But, you know, wherever you are, there's always somewhere nearby, and you're going to hear in our groups where these events are. And they're really important to get to because you get all of the new information that's coming out. You get around coaches and you are growing your business, and people see that you're taking it seriously. You're going to these meetings. And Summit is another one. I could have swore I got to read over my email again. I got an email and I thought that they said that they opened up, I don't know if any of you guys have heard this, they opened up like 2,000 more spots for Summit. I thought it was.
Yeah, they let everybody off their wait list go, and they had another 2,000 tickets for sale.
Okay. You guys saw
at like a discounted price.
Yeah. Okay. I would say if those tickets are available, really strongly consider getting it and getting one ASAP. If you can work it out, whatever is possible, I make that a non-negotiable. If it's like you worry about financial wise, it's like plan some challenge groups to pay for it. It's like get your ticket and then start working your butt off, to get there, because it is a life-changing experience. It is a no matter what for me to get to that event, because I had the biggest aha moments. Like, this is what I want to do. It just solidifies why we do what we do, because of the stories, because of the training, because just being around the team and just being around the whole vibe of what's at Summit, it will change your life. It will change your business. Every year that I go to Summit, my income blows up the next month. Like, I was into the thousands paycheck for 1 week after Summit. It exponentially exploded. And my team grew because I was posting about it on Facebook, and people that were on the fence about what I was doing, they signed up as coaches because they wanted to be a part of what I was doing. So if people see that you're a part of this, it's like a big party, this positivity party of amazingness. They want to be a part of that. People want to feel like they're part of something. People want to, experience stuff like that. And if, health and fitness and people and relationships and all this ties into it, they want to know more. So that's why I feel like Summit is so important. You learn so much from being at Summit. You see people walking across the stage getting recognized for stuff, and you're like, I want to be there next year. You get that feeling like, I want to be recognized for something amazing, because these people are doing something and they're no different than you or I. There's a lot of, they started out as full-time students or full-time working students or full-time moms, or stay-at-home moms that were struggling financially, that were broke as a joke. They come from all different walks of life, and they have completely turned it around. So you hear those stories on stage and you're like, she can do it. Why can't I? There's nothing any different between her and me. I can do this too. So it lights a fire in your butt. Like, I can't believe every time I go, it's like, it just like my why gets even bigger, and it gets more exciting. And I made it a goal last year to be recognized and walk across that stage. And I got to do that. I got recognized as a 1-star diamond coach. It makes me really emotional because it was a huge thing for me. I worked my tail off, to get there. And when I was on that stage with all these other coaches and I'm looking at these 10,000 coaches, it was like this moment like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something so important. And it feels so good to be able to see all these people in front of me that are doing this too, and they're making a difference. And I'm like, I'm making a difference. I'm on this stage because I'm changing lives. And it was so big. It was like, I did a video. I can't find part of that video. I did a little snippet. If I can find it, I might have to post it in the group, because I'm like, you guys need to be here and experience this, because it felt so great. And I was on that stage with my success partner, and one of my really super good friends from childhood, her name is Heather Johnson. You may see her name here and there through our team, because she's one of Kimberly, my uplines coaches. But we were up there together, and it was such a cool experience. And I'm like, I need to get up there for a few other things next year, so I set my goals bigger. And I'm like, gosh, just imagine what it would feel like to be recognized in front of all your peers for basically, the work that you're doing to change lives, to end the trend of obesity, part of our big whole purpose for what we're part of here. So I don't know. That's just another reason to get there and making the events a priority, I guess. Gosh, I'm a mess. I get emotional about this because I'm so passionate, you guys. And if there's any, any takeaways that I can give you, anything that I can do to help you guys grow with this and what you want to do with it, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to teach you guys, and to help your coaches teach you, just to make the most of the opportunity that's in front of you. Take all the information you learn, run with it, and try to be the best version of yourself you can every single day, no matter if it's just your coaching or on your own personal journey. Just be the best version of you can every day, and you're going to inspire people. So just keep doing what you're doing, you guys. And I'm looking at this time, it only gives me 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So if you guys have any other questions, I might zip my mouth because I've been talking and I'm a mess. So I don't know. Do you guys have any other questions for me that you can think of?
I just have a quick question, Lacey.
Yeah.
That Beachbody Cup, I've seen some emails and stuff.
Yes.
What is that? Should we be registering for that?
Okay, there's a link that I posted on the page. So go in and just take a peek at that. Basically what it is you assemble a team of 5 coaches. It can be on our team, and if we don't have enough people to fill a team, we pull from Kim's team, or we go to the coach success team and just gather anybody that's fired up to do it. Basically, you just collaborate and you work together to help as many people as you can. You want to strive to hit like Success Club 5. You want to strive to hit as many Success Club points as you have. But I hate putting it in those terms. I just really like the idea of focusing on helping as many people as you can to get healthy and get them into a challenge pack to help them do that. And that it's kind of an incentive thing. Like the people with the most points, I think you can max out at 35 points a coach. I believe it is. But if the team that has the most points at the end of the month, it's just a 1 month long thing, they can win a trip to California, and they get their name on this plaque, on this team cup is what it is. They get to do like a live workout with one of the trainers and whatever. But it's an incentive thing. So if like your team works hard, and I think you have to, as a team, hit 30 Success Club points, and you get that first tier prize, which is Autumn Calabrese bobblehead. And I really want this bobblehead because I've got 2 of them already. I've got a Shanti and a, Tony Horton one. But you wanna strive to shoot for Success Club 5. So helping at least 3 people, but really shoot for the moon as a team. And you collaborate and you talk, and you have maybe a little Facebook group, and you just kind of motivate and cheer each other on to do it. Okay. So kind of what that's about.
All right. Thanks, Lacey.
Yeah, you betcha. Okay. I've got less than a minute here, so I'm not sure if it'll cut me off. So I will just call it a night. And I thank you guys so much for hopping on. I really, really appreciate your time and the effort you're putting into the group. And we'll try and do this again maybe next week. I'll double check maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever's a better time for you guys. And then we'll kind of hash it out on the page. But awesome. Thank you guys again. And shoot any questions my way on the page if you have any other ones. But then have a good night, guys, and we'll talk soon.
Bye. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Bye. Thanks, Lacey.
Yep. Bye-bye.